Hi, I'm IKEA and I'm here to give you only the tips in this video about neutral lighting. And what neutral lighting is a lighting setting, as it implies, which changes how the game actually does its lighting. Currently, without neutral lighting on, we can actually see basically around, even though there are no light sources, for instance, shining on those cars in the background there. We can kind of still make them out, and that is because there's basically a minimum darkness. It doesn't let them get too dark, basically. And this also does create a little bit of a hazy effect, making it feel a little bit less atmospheric than it can with neutral lighting. So we'll go into settings, and once we're in settings, we'll go into graphics here. In graphics, we'll have to scroll down quite a bit on that right side and get all the way down to neutral lighting over here. We have a toggle to turn this on and off. When we do, it does ask us to apply it basically on the bottom. If we choose to do so, as you already see in the background, it became a lot darker. And this is the difference that neutral lighting can kind of make, as yeah, we have very much more atmospheric look to the game, as light isn't getting scattered around. But that also means that, for instance, yeah, as we were looking at those cars earlier, we can't really make it out anymore, and that's also sometimes a little bit of a downside, and I don't always run it, but for certain places it looks really beautiful. That's also why we came to this Coney Island amusement park, as this is one of the places where it does look pretty awesome, as yeah, without it on, as now we have currently the normal lighting without neutral lighting turned on, it looks pretty hazy, even though it still looks pretty good. Once we turn on neutral lighting, it completely changes the feel of this area. So it goes from a pretty well-lit amusement park to a very dark and gritty feeling area. And especially during the Hunter in the Barton Schaefer mission, in this way, with this setting turned on, makes it a lot more of a atmospheric fight, as yeah, the lighting being quite different here makes it so much more gloomy and dark. And definitely a setting to play around with, as I quite often do myself, sometimes on streams and such as well. Although for streaming, it is a little bit sometimes too dark, as not all places are well set up for it. But again, toggle it on and off. I wish there was a toggle and hotkey for it that we could set. But sadly, that isn't the case. We have to go into the menus each and every time, but it is still pretty quick once you get used to it, and you can swap in and out of neutral lighting and see how it kind of looks like.